My name is Wayne Bergeron, and I'm here to talk to you about some different styles of music, but mainly we're going to be talking about swing today and the way we articulate jazz lines. One of the things I notice when I judge jazz festivals is bands seem to have a grasp on how to play rock things a little bit better and Latin things, but when it comes to jazz phrasing, there seem to be some deficiencies. So we're going to work on that today. The first example we're going to do is I'm going to just play a smooth chromatic scale. All slurred, it's example 1A on your sheet, and I'm going to play this down one time, and then we're going to play it together, okay? So we're going to set our click track here. This is how this should sound. Right, just a nice slurred phrase. Now I want us to all play it together, okay? We'll have 4 counts into this, right? 1, 2, 3. All right, we've played our chromatic scale. I want you to practice that. Actually, practice your chromatic scale, slurring it like that. Okay, now we're going to change the rhythm a little bit. When you're playing jazz, you're going to see eighth notes written in music that'll say swing over them. So what we have to do is we have to make that a triplet feel, like do 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 do. So I'll demonstrate that we're going to slur the same thing, chromatic scale with a triplet feel here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I want us all to play it together, okay? Same thing, just like that, chromatic scale. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now what we're going to do, we've got the triplet feel, but it still doesn't feel quite right. It's because we're not articulating the right notes. So instead of slurring the whole thing, we're going to slur every other note. So the C sharp will be tongued and slurred to the D sharp will be tongued and slurred to the E. If you look at example 1C, you'll see it written in eighth notes. That's how you're usually going to see this. And in music, you're not going to see those slurs written in there very often. But this is how this should sound. You hear the difference in that? Okay, let's try that all together one time. 1, 2, 3. All right, now we're going to apply the same rules to some major scales. This is actually a good way to practice your scales and stuff too. You should go through all 12 keys. For now, we're going to play in the key of B flat concert. You'll see example number 2 with the slurs and the same kind of triplet feel applied to the major scale. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do all this together. 1, 2, 3. Notice how there's no space between any of the notes. One of the problems I encounter when I explain this to somebody is they'll interpret this like this. Right, and that kind of sounds kind of funny. We don't want any space between any of the notes, and that's the key to this. See how nice and smooth that is? It sounds a lot better, a lot swingier. Okay, now we're going to pick up the tempo just a little bit. We're going to go to example 3. We're going to change keys as well. We're going to go to the key of F major concert. And you'll notice when we pick up the tempo a little bit, the triplet has to straighten out a little bit, because as the tempo gets faster, you can't go ba ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da. It sounds kind of silly, right? So I'm going to bump up the tempo here a little bit. This is at 120, and you can just hear what this sounds like. 1, 2, 3. All right, you want to give this one a shot? Let's everybody play this together, right? 4 clicks. 1, 2, 3. No space between any of the notes. I can't tell you that enough. Okay.